Okay, what we're going to do today is a sinker arsenal, if there is such a thing as a sinker arsenal. But these are sinkers that I have. We got pyramid sinkers. These are deep sea bank sinkers, 8 ounce, 6 ounce, 10 ounce, 12 ounce. These are all egg sinkers here, which I'm going to make today with the new mold that I got. And here's another bucket that I got to go through of miscellaneous sinkers. But sinkers now are, for 1 pound, it's like $10 on Amazon. You could probably get it at a sports shop, maybe a little bit cheaper, but that looks like the rate. So you get four 4-ounce egg sinkers for $10. And I probably have right here about 200 pounds, I would say, of sinkers, which at $10 a pound, that's $2,000 right here. And I got lead that I'm gonna melt. It's scrap lead, and I'm gonna melt that on a burner here for you. And I'm gonna pour out of this pot here, I'm gonna pour these egg sinkers today. And I have these. This is an old cast iron mold. You got 8, 6, 4, and 3, I think, or 2. So I'm going to pour some of these, maybe 2, but I want to try this new mold out. Okay, I'm melting this lead out of this little pot. I need this little pot for pouring. I have a ladle, but I can't find it right now, so I'm going to put that lead that's in the little pot into the big pot. And I got these asbestos gloves. Asbestos, but they're heat resistant. And I got glasses on. And you don't want any water by lead, because hot lead and water will explode. I have the water way over here, and when I take the sinkers out of the mold, when they're set, I'll drop them in the water. Okay, it's starting to melt slowly, but what just happened a minute ago could have been a disaster. This plastic handle on that pot, the pot is so heavy it snapped when I was trying to dislodge the glob into the pot. It wasn't fully melted, luckily, because this could have been a real situation if that was real hot and I was pouring sinkers. But I found my metal ladle. It's all metal. That's what I should have been using, but I'm trying to get this out of the pot. And so you don't want to do this. I would never advise anybody on YouTube to do this. I'm very experienced at industrial equipment, so, but even with me, with my experience, you know, accidents can happen, and this could have been really, really serious. Okay, let me get it in the big pot. Okay, I got it transferred out of the little pot into the big pot. So when this gets hot, it'll really start melting, and then I'll put those scrap pieces in here and make a whole pot, a full pot. The other thing bad with this is the fumes. You don't want to breathe the fumes coming off the lead. It's really, really toxic. I got 2 fans over here, one on the floor and one behind me, to blow the fumes out. Okay, it's probably been an hour. It's all melted, and this powdery stuff is the slag. You don't want that. That's all the impurities that went to the top, that was in the scrap lead. That's where all the toxic stuff comes from. But you want to get as much out as possible. This way when you pour your sinkers, everything's nice and clean. As you can see, it's lava. It's real hot. Nice and melted. Now when you pour the sinkers, the first couple might not be that good because the mold has to get warmed up. Then they start pouring better. But I never made egg sinkers before, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna pour one in a minute here. Just bear with me. All right, I got enough of that. Okay, let's make a pour, see what happens. You fill up these openings here. See, it doesn't go in that good yet because the mold is cold. All right, this one's gonna be wasted. I'll get back to you. Okay, I just did another round. They came out, two came out really good. There's your hole for the line. Really good. So I'll show you another pour and we'll see how this one works. I found out you got to pour it a little bit slower so it has time to go into the mold. That one went good. That one's good. And that one's good. Okay, I'll get back to you when I open it up. All right, we'll open it up and see what we got. I should have a whole set. This rod is for the hole for the line that goes in between, in the center. You pull the rod out. Let's open it up. And they look good. They look good. This extra piece, you cut that off with a pair of cutters and then you remelt it. All three came out perfect. Perfect this time. It's 3, 4, and 5 ounce. So I'm gonna make some and then I'll come back and we'll wrap it up. Okay, I've been at it probably for an hour. I did the small ones, 1 ounce and 2 ounce. I did some of these. These are 1 ounce, 2 ounce. These are all 3, 4, and 5 ounce. So that's the pile at the end here. I still have a lot of lead left. I'll probably keep going. And this is what you get. 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, 4 ounce, and 5 ounce. You just snip that little piece off. Ooh, that was hot. You snip that little piece off, and then you just take a file and just hit that with a file real quick. And then you got perfect egg sinkers. You know, a package like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is $10. So by the time I'm done, there's probably 50 pounds of lead that I melted here. I still have more down there. So 50 pounds, $10 a pound, that's 500 bucks worth of sinkers. And it only took me an hour to melt the lead and maybe an hour to do this, hour and a half, and maybe another hour and a half to finish that lead off. So that wraps it up here. So now you know how to make sinkers. But like I said, I wouldn't do it, you know, unless you're really, really experienced at, you know, doing things like this, because it's very, very dangerous. It's very hot. Okay, hope you enjoyed it.